I dread the days we have Latin. Just fall into this semi-depression mode. I was just failing back to back to back. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shura, and in this video I'm going to be talking about procrastination. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the video. Because when I was in medical school, I'll give you guys a backstory. When I was in my first year, I procrastinated a lot. I procrastinated every single thing. I procrastinated every single time. It got to a point that it affected me so bad on the long run, but by the mercies of God, I was able to scale through. Procrastination is the beginning of failure. You see what they say, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Procrastination is the beginning of failure, because once you start procrastinating, just get ready to fail. There are no two ways about it. So one thing that procrastination is going to cause you is fear of failure. You are scared to fail now because you've procrastinated the time that you're supposed to use to do the important things to be doing the less important things, or spending time doing absolutely nothing, just chilling, resting, thinking, oh, I have time to do this, I have time to do that. Well, you don't have the time, because I didn't understand medical school at first in my first year. I knew that, okay, you have to be serious, you have to take your life seriously, you have to do everything you have to do in time. But I think that part of my brain wiped out at a point when I started this school, because I procrastinated literally every single thing. I procrastinated going to some classes, I procrastinated reading some textbooks, I procrastinated writing some tests, and the end of it was really, really bad, because at the end of the semester, I was not able to write exams, because you have to have completed every single classes, every single test for you to be able to sit for the final exam on the examination day. But because of procrastination in my first year, I was not able to write my first year exam with every other person. So I had to go back after the holiday to write my exams. And most times it's so bad that you're the only one coming back to rewrite this exam. So when they ask you, some teachers go as far as asking you, okay, why were you not present in the exam, what happened? And I didn't have any excuse to give, because I was just chilling throughout the semester. It's not like I go anywhere, I'm just in my hostel, I'm just there on my hostel bed doing nothing, literally. So when I was trying to meet up with classes, with tests and everything, time had already gone, and I already started having the fear of failure. So even while preparing, I was not able to prepare as well as I was supposed to, and the end, I say, is failure. So the second point that procrastination can cause you to do is lack of motivation. I raised you Latin language. Latin language is one of the worst courses that I've come across in medical school, because that's where we get the medical terminologies for so many diseases and so many things in medicine, right? But medical Latin was just something that I was never interested in from day one, because my teacher, she was a racist, so she didn't like we blacks in my group, and we also don't like her. So it's even made it hard for us to understand the course, hard for us to pass, hard for us to want to go to class. I dread the days we have Latin. I just look at the timetable, and when I see that, oh, I'm having Latin maybe on Tuesday or on Friday, I just fall into this semi-depression mode, because the classes are not even funny. You know, when a teacher does not like you and she's trying all her best to see that she frustrates your efforts in class. And the fact that I don't like the course, I wasn't even putting much effort to prove her wrong that I'm ready to learn this course. I was just failing back to back to back. Like back to back to back to back. I was failing Latin. And it was very important. It was so bad that I had to pay somebody, a Malaysian, a student like myself, to teach me Latin in extra hours after classes. When I'm supposed to be resting, when I'm supposed to be at home chilling, I'm there learning Latin language in Central Park. We'll go to Central Park and sit down there, and then she'll be teaching me Latin, and it was easy to understand. And I realized that it's because I didn't like the teacher, So I wasn't even putting effort to learning the subject, and I was just doing whatever I liked. But when this girl started teaching me, I realized that it's not even that deep. It's very easy to understand and it's a very interesting course. So with the help of this Malaysian girl, I paid her to teach me Latin. Some of my friends and I paid her to teach us Latin because we're having the same teachers and we're all in the same situation. But by the help of God, we were able to learn Latin, pass our tests in Latin, and we overcame Latin department by the blood of the Lamb, because I cannot say I did that on my own. It's not possible, because for a teacher that does not like you, she will go any length to frustrate your efforts. But thank God we are done with that. And I'm going to advise any students going through any of these phases right now, to be honest, the teacher is not your business. You don't have to like the teacher, you don't have to like the school, you don't have to like the department. That is the least of your problems. Focus on why you are there. Focus on what you are there to do. Focus on what you are there to learn, because that's why you were sent there in the first place. So any other thing outside that is none of your business. My last point in this is being overwhelmed. Procrastination can make you overwhelmed with so much materials to study, so much to do in a short period of time. I can say this boldly because in my final year, I had this overwhelming moment in my surgery posting. So in this particular subject, my teacher is the type that doesn't really care about um, class outline. Just do your thing, come to class, whatever you want to study, study it and come. He doesn't have time for anybody, things like that. So it's made the course very, very difficult, because this is surgery. When it comes to test, he's very, very strict, but in class he's just there like, do your thing and go. He became extremely strict during the test, and this actually led so many of us to fail the test, and we have to rework, because there's what we call rework in my school. When you fail a test, you have to keep reworking it until you pass this test. I was so overwhelmed with surgery. I was overwhelmed with the fact that graduation is drawing nearer, and surgery is not releasing me. The most annoying part of it is the fact that the hospital is like an hour away from where I stay, or sometimes I have to leave another hospital to go to surgery hospital, which is like two separate angles. Is almost 2 hours sometimes traveling from one hospital to another just to go and rework this test. And the man gives times like odd hours, like 2 p.m, 3 p.m, 4 p.m. Maybe you finish class since 10 a.m, you go back home, then you start traveling from your house to the hospital to go and redo this test. I was doing one test for 3 months, guys. 3 months. This man was not passing me and my friend. And it's so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming. The surgery department on its own is overwhelming, because tell me why you have class at 8 a.m, your teachers are there, so you have no excuse to be late. If you come 1 minute late, they are sending you straight back home. That's the rule in all classes. But the fact that surgery hospital is very far, imagine I stay like an hour away from the hospital, my class is at 8, I have to be up by 5:30 or 6 to get dressed. Especially when it's snowing, you have to be on the road an hour 30 minutes before your class starts. So you can imagine how tedious final year was, plus this course being my final posting before my graduation. It was a lot. It was a lot. I went through hell because of procrastination. That was how procrastination cost me so much. From my first year in medical school till my last year in medical school, I went through so much because of procrastination. So I hope this video helps someone out there to stop procrastinating and get right to work. You're welcome. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Comments down in the comment section below, and I'll see you in my next one. For now, bye.